I've got big news for you. An XRP Spot ETF has been approved in Brazil. This comes as the SEC today is asking for comments on the XRP Spot ETF applications. Huge things happening here. And the Nasdaq Stock Exchange is filing for a new rule to expand its crypto listings. This is big. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, big update around Bitcoin and specifically the weekly chart. Shout out to Kevin Svensson, who's a great analyst. He does some great chart work. He's highlighting that the weekly RSI for Bitcoin is at the cusp of breaking out. And this aligns with what we've been talking about over the past 2 months. And that is the latter half of February, we should start to see the market bounce and move upwards. That doesn't mean we're going to skyrocket and pump 1,000% over a week. It's going to start the reversal for us to continue the bullish momentum and the bull run continuing, and that's going to play out over months. So I think that goes into March, April, a bit of May, and then its sell-in may go away like we've seen historically. So things are on track here despite the fake outs, the consolidation, the boring zone that we've been in, which a lot of people are complaining the bull market's over, what's happening, right? It's starting to take a toll on folks, especially those who are new to investing in the crypto market. But I've been here since 2016. I've seen these things before, and I've been focusing and trying to point you guys to the data and the charts that there has been no invalidation of the bull market, and we are still on track. And in addition, since we're talking about the Bitcoin weekly chart, the Bitcoin monthly RSI is also a signal that I look at, and you can see it's nowhere close to the top zone that it has hit in previous bull market zones. So it has not hit that green zone, as you can see here on the chart. So we just got to be patient. Big part of investing is being patient, guys. And I've also been telling you guys about the macro backdrop, and that is the DXY is collapsing and global liquidity is on the rise. But also what we're seeing in the grand scheme of things, we are in a macro bull market for all assets. I've been saying that for the past 2 years, right? Gold, stock market, real estate, and of course, crypto. Well, here Crypto Wizard highlighted that the S&P 500 is at the cusp of making a massive move. Again, look at the timing, right? All of these things aligning. It's the seasonality, it's global liquidity. All of these things are playing out. And what we've seen historically is that the stock market is a leading indicator for crypto, right? The liquidity usually goes into the Nasdaq, the S&P 500. It moves. And that's why people have been saying, crypto is correlated to the stock market. But it's not that it's correlated to the stock market. All these asset classes are correlated to global liquidity. That's the foundation that you need to understand, that as these governments continue to debase currency and print money and all these things, the liquidity rises and asset prices follow because the asset prices are denominated in fiat currencies. So we are seeing a lot of signals here, guys, not our feelings or emotions, but the data and the charts and what it's showing us. And gold has been ripping. I'm sure many of you know about that. So gold did the same thing last year where it was pumping strong, and then the stock market followed as well as crypto. So hang in there, guys. Be patient. As mentioned, things are moving in the right direction. Now, very big news coming out of Brazil. Brazil is set to launch the world's first spot XRP ETF. The Hashdex Nasdaq XRP fund is currently in a pre-operational phase, but does not have an official start date. So the approval is in, and they will eventually have the official start date announced. But big news, guys. You put this in context to what's happening here in the United States, and this all bodes well for XRP as an asset. More visibility, more capital coming in globally. Obviously, the United States is the largest capital market, and whether you love or hate XRP, these things are being created. The market wants it, and XRP has been a leader in this bull market, outpacing many other altcoins. So let me give you some details. The world's first spot XRP exchange-traded fund is set to soon debut in Brazil after being approved by the country's securities regulator. The regulator's website shows that the fund, the Hashdex Nasdaq XRP Fundo de Índice, if I'm saying that right, is currently in a pre-operational phase after being set up on December 10th, 2024. The fund's administrator is Genial Investimentos, a local investment brokerage firm. The fund manager Hashed has confirmed to local news outlet Portal do Bitcoin, if I'm saying that right, that the fund has been approved by the CVM. While it doesn't have an official start date trading on Brazil's B3 exchange, Hash said it will soon release more information. Very bullish news if you are an XRP holder. And we know more altcoin ETFs are coming, Solana, Litecoin. So it's not just XRP from an altcoin perspective. Obviously, there's Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs that have already been approved. But look at what's happening here in the United States. Here's reports from today. The SEC is seeking public comments on Wisdom Tree's proposal for an XRP spot ETF. They have also acknowledged the filing from different players such as Canary Capital. They have acknowledged CoinShares, XRP, and Litecoin ETF filings. So guys, you see the setup here, and I believe an XRP spot ETF will be approved this year in the United States, and that's going to usher in a lot of capital into XRP, and in addition to the others like Solana, Litecoin, and so forth. And I hold Litecoin. I still have a bit from back in the day. I haven't bought any recently. It's just holding some a long time ago. I have Solana, of course, in my portfolio. So I'm looking forward to these products being launched and more capital coming into the market. Look at what it did for Bitcoin. Look at the inflows to the Bitcoin ETF. So things are moving along, guys. Now, speaking of the Solana ETFs, Eleanor Terra de Fox Business highlighted that the Solana ETF filings for Grayscale, VanEck, Canary Funds, Bitwise, and 21 Shares were entered into the Federal Register yesterday on February 18th, of course, starting the 240-day clock for the SEC to engage and either approve or deny these products on or before October 16th. So the runway is till October. Could it be approved sooner? I think so. And they may wait for a new SEC chair, Paul Atkins, to come into office. I don't know. Or Hester Peirce and the Crypto Task Force go ahead and get these done. But I think they could wait for Paul Atkins. The other factor is they have to wrap up the lawsuits that include Solana and XRP and some of these other coins, because I don't think they would go ahead and approve it with the ongoing litigation. So we've been hearing rumors that they're going to drop the Coinbase case. We know they put a pause on the Binance case. I think they have to drop the Kraken case as well. And I think they have to settle with Ripple and move forward from there. So I think those are the things that need to happen before many of these ETFs get approved. But the ball is rolling and we're moving in the right direction. Now, on the topic of ETFs, Canary Funds, which of course file for HBAR, XRP, and Solana and so forth, they are launching an Axelar AXL trust featuring the native token of the Axelar network. So this is interesting. Usually they set up the trust, then they file for the ETF. So the Axelar protocol has become a leading cross-chain protocol and works closely with Ripple for its stablecoin RLUSD interoperability. Axelar acts as the bridge between the XRP ledger and the XRP ledger EVM, which is Ethereum compatible network. The trust will provide institutional investors with exposure to the technology underpinning blockchain connectivity between Web3 ecosystems like the XRP ledger, Hedera, Stellar, Ton, Sui, Solana, and Bitcoin. So once again, they set up the trust. It's pretty much guaranteed they're going to file for a spot ETF. And I don't hold the XLR token in my portfolio, but I did interview the co-founder recently, and that was Sergey Gobernov. I published that interview about 4 weeks ago, so you can check it out. And as Eleanor highlighted here, Axelar is actually helping a lot of these chains to bridge and create new things. So really big. I may have to do my research, a bit more research into this token and see if I want to add it to my portfolio. Notice, guys, I said I got to do my research. Just because you see this news doesn't mean you just jump in. You got to see what the tokenomics are, the token release schedule, how much has the price appreciated so far, and is it a good entry point? So some of these projects, while I may not catch them in this bull market, as I've told you guys, my strategy after I take profits is to invest some of that money back in the bloody bear market and load up for the next bull market. I may expand into these other tokens and add them to my portfolio. So just giving you some context and how I approach the markets. Sometimes you just don't have enough dry powder to invest into everything. It's not possible. And you also don't want to spread yourself too thin, right? How many coins you're going to have in your portfolio? You want to at least stick to a handful, right? Your top players. And don't get me wrong, I have more than 5 in my portfolio, but they're the handful, the top 5, so to speak, have the majority of my capital in there. So just my 2 cents. Take it for what it is. You guys do your own research as well. Folks, a quick word from our sponsor, and that is Uphold. Uphold is a great crypto platform. I've been using them since 2018. They have 300 plus cryptocurrencies, XRP, Bitcoin, all the top altcoins. Best of all, guys, they are safe and reliable. They don't commingle or lend out your funds. They are fully reserved, and you can review their transparency report. And they have a great rewards program that you can check out and earn incredible returns on stablecoins. And this is done in a safe manner. They're not doing anything shady. I interviewed the CEO going through the details. So the rewards program includes earning up to 5.25% on stablecoins, 24-hour early access to new tokens, and you get exclusive crypto insights. To participate, you got to open up the app once per month, deposit $50, and trade $50 once per month. And the stablecoins that they support are RLUSD, that's Ripple's stablecoin, Circle's USDC, and PayPal's PYUSD. Those you can earn up to 5%, and you can earn up to 5.25% on USBC. So this is a great rewards program, and you can earn some great yield in a safe way. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, guys, check this news out coming out from the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq proposes a new rule to allow trading and listing of digital asset-backed investment interests. So this is interesting. You remember over the years, guys, those of you who've been with me since 2017, I was talking about all the banks, all the stock exchanges, and major financial institutions would jump into crypto and be involved, and they will launch their own products and services. It's happening, folks. Crypto assets will trade on the stock exchange in addition to tokenized assets. It's coming, 24/7 trading, truly global markets, no more opening and closing bell, no more holidays. This is going to be a very different market and different economy, guys. So the proposal suggests the stock exchange add a new rule called Nasdaq Rule 5712 to permit the listing and trading of digital asset-based investment interests, denoted as securities issued by an entity holding digital assets, as well as a commodity-based investment interest derived from cash, derivatives, securities, products, or other sources. The proposal would also shift the listing and trading of Hashdaq's Nasdaq Crypto Index US ETF, currently listed under a different rule, to Nasdaq Rule 5712. Think about it. Why would the Nasdaq be doing this? Why would all these stock exchanges and banks be involved? To some people out there, this is a scam. This is a Ponzi. This is magic internet money. You're an idiot. You're investing in this stuff, and there's nothing backing these things. There's nothing backing it. It's all a scam. Yet the biggest companies in the world on Wall Street and the banks and governments are all on board. And there is billions of people not paying attention. There's billions of people just reading headlines and not doing their research or educating themselves. Guys, I've often said, pat yourself on the back. If you're here, you're paying attention, you're doing your research, you're educating yourself, because that's important. You have to have the foundation of knowledge here, and then you invest, and you invest smartly. You don't go buy pumps and buy the top. You buy the bloody bear market bottom, you dollar cost average in, and then you wait for that pump, sell and take profits, and then rinse and repeat, right? That's what I've been sharing on this podcast for many years, and hopefully I've helped some of you to grow your portfolio, make some money, and I hope you see what is unfolding right before our eyes, guys. It's incredible. The biggest institutions are here, and they're not here for fun. They're here to make money. They know what's coming. They see what's on the horizon. Now, moving ahead, crypto industry asks Congress to scrap IRS's DeFi broker rule. So this DeFi broker rule from the IRS, of course, does not make sense. And it looks like Republican Senator Ted Cruz has pushed a resolution to activate a congressional power that would allow lawmakers to erase the federal regulation. So this is great. We got a pro-crypto Congress, of course, pro-crypto president, but the IRS, over the years has tried to insert different things that don't make sense, especially as it relates to DeFi, and trying to make, certain wallets and exchanges, brokers, and it's not possible. But the great thing is the industry is fighting back, and the industry is pushing back on all these things. So great to see that there's some pushback and fight here, and we can stop some of these nonsense rules. Now, Taylor Barr of the Digital Chamber highlighted the following meeting coming up soon. So the Banking GOP's Digital Assets Subcommittee, led by Senator Cynthia Lummis, who's very pro-crypto, of course, has posted their first hearing for next Wednesday entitled Exploring Bipartisan Legislative Frameworks for Digital Assets. The witnesses will include different members of the crypto industry on the legal side. But guys, you see the hearings that are coming up. You see the dialogue that's happening. We're going to get crypto legislation this year, both the market structure as well as stablecoin, and possibly a Bitcoin reserve bill or even a crypto stockpile bill passed through. So the stars are aligning here with the government on board, TradFi, all the banking industry, and much more. Yet you have people crying on social media, oh my God, the bull market's over. This thing sucks. Worst bull market ever. Because they're moving by emotion, not paying attention to the data, which I keep harping on and sharing with you guys, both on the podcast and my newsletter and much more. So you got to make sure you pay attention to the data and what's happening. Yes, there are multiple layers to this. The macro backdrop, of course, with global liquidity, as I shared with you guys at the beginning of the podcast, what the governments are doing, what TradFi is doing, and so forth. But everybody's in alignment here, guys. We're moving towards the maturation and growth of this asset class and technology. Now, we got some funding news, and it's important to see who's investing in which projects, which company, and the mere fact that there is, funds being invested is a good sign that the market's growing, it's healthy, people are investing, they're still bullish on the long-term view of this market. So alongside Teams secures $9 million strategic investment from A16Z, others in the Universal Token Project. So this is the first time I'm hearing about this. I don't know much about it. So Universal, the crypto project building a new wrapped token standard, has closed a $9 million funding round led by A16Z. And it says here, the team first decided to create UAssets, a method of bridging liquidity across different blockchain networks as a solution to a problem they encountered while building the passive crypto index investment platform alongside. Unlike traditional wrapped tokens that require users to lock up an asset in a smart contract before bridging a derivative product over to a new chain, UAssets use a burn and mint system and centralized custodian, in this case, Coinbase custody, to create one-to-one backed tokens. So this is interesting, a different way to do wrapped assets. And guys, it's great that we're seeing this innovation, right? And I've often said that there's going to be further iteration of a lot of these technologies. One could say we are still in the early stages of many of these different technologies. And I know some people are like, oh, yeah, we're not seeing the real world adoption. Well, it takes time. The internet itself, when it was built, not everybody was on board. In the dial-up days, people had to get used to computers and buying computers and putting in their home. That was a foreign concept for many people. But then eventually the computers got better, and guess what? The internet got better and websites got better, and then mass adoption started. The majority of people didn't get on the internet until broadband came along and better internet service on phones and smartphones, right? Not everybody was connected to the internet. So it takes time, and there's an S-curve adoption. But what we're seeing is that there are more people adopting crypto and blockchain. It's actually happening at a faster pace than the internet got adoption and smartphone technology got adoption. So things are moving ahead, but there's a building out phase and testing and iterations. And, I've often said version 1.0 of anything is usually not that great. There's usually bugs and flaws, and you got to figure out how to make it better for the billions of people who are not tech savvy, who don't really spend the time to research it like we are, right? We're in the weeds. The majority of people are not, but they will eventually use this technology, and many of them won't even know. It's like Web3 blockchain technology will be running behind the scenes. So wrapped assets, on-chain tokens representing an off-chain or cross-chain asset, are one of the most popular ways of solving fragmented liquidity in a multi-chain world by creating standardized, redeemable representations of assets across different networks. So UAssets are designed to bridge liquidity across different, often incompatible blockchain networks, enabling users to trade tokens from one blockchain such as SWI, Ripple, I think they mean XRP Ledger, or Dogecoin on networks where they do not natively exist, like Base and Solana. I love it. I love the innovation, guys. And these innovations will build out the next level of applications and services that's going to bring in more people into the industry and asset class. Now, Fluent Labs raises $8 million in funding by Polychain Capital to build blended execution network. So Fluent is an Ethereum layer 2 that blends WASM, WASM, I haven't heard of that, EVM and SVM apps into a unified execution environment. So this is interesting. So the company intends to use the capital to grow its existing team of 17 core contributors, specifically on the engineering side, to support the Fluent ecosystem and deploy the necessary infrastructure for its testnet and beyond. Fluent's pseudonymous co-founder and CEO Dino told the block. That's interesting that they have a pseudonymous co-founder and CEO. I don't think I've heard of that. I mean, obviously, Satoshi Nakamoto, right? But Satoshi was not raising funds and doing a funding round. So I would be very curious how they did all this. But I like what their mission is. And guys, like I said, we're seeing a lot of innovation here and the next level of application tech and much more that's going to just take this industry to the next level. Folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. A great way you can support me is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's on Substack. It's 100% free. Check out my book on Amazon, Rethinking Crypto. It's available in paperback and digital. And if you would like to expand your crypto knowledge and understand the full landscape of this industry and asset class, check out my new course at mycryptocourse.com. It's a comprehensive course, covers everything in crypto from A to Z. And best of all, guys, no other course offers this. It includes expert commentary. You're going to hear from founders, CEOs, institutional investors, and much more. They will explain different aspects of the crypto industry. You simply pay a one-time fee. You get lifetime access. You go at your own pace, and you can share your login with your friends and family if you want. So this course is packed with value. Lots of videos, downloadable materials, and full text write-ups, of course. So if you'd like to learn more, check out mycryptocourse.com. Link will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.